Factorising quadratics. The expressions we factorised previously contained just two terms. Now we will look at factorising three-term quadratic expressions. A quadratic expression contains squared terms but no higher. There are two different three-term quadratic expressions and each require different methods of factorisation. The first quadratic expression contains an x squared term with a coefficient of 1. The coefficient is the number in front of the x squared, so here. And when there is no number, we just say 1x squared, therefore the coefficient is 1. The second quadratic expression has a coefficient greater than 1. Here you can see it's 2. We will first look at how to factorise expressions when the coefficient of the x squared term is 1. When you factorise a three-term quadratic expression, you will put it into two brackets. Then the next step is you put an x at the front of both pairs of brackets. The next step is you have to find two numbers which add to give you plus 5 and also multiply to give you plus 6. The best way to find the two numbers which will satisfy the condition for adding and timesing is to look at the timesing first. So let's think of the factors of 6. Here are the factor pairs of plus 6. Don't forget to also note down the negative factor pairs. So these four sets of numbers all satisfy the condition of multiplying to give positive 6. However, which pair of numbers also satisfy the condition of adding to give plus 5? Now that will be 3 and the 2. Now that we have our two numbers, 3 and 2, we put them into the brackets. So plus 3 and plus 2. It doesn't matter which bracket the plus 3 and the plus 2 go into. And this is my final answer. Like in the previous clip, we can re-expand the brackets in order to check that we have factorised it properly. Remember, however, when you have two brackets, you use FOIL. Here's another question to try. Remember, we have to see what will add to give me minus 5 and times to give me minus 6. So I'll start off by listing all my factor pairs of minus 6. Now that I have my 4 pairs of numbers, I then need to see which of these pairs will also add to give minus 5. And that, of course, is minus 6 and 1. So I write down my two brackets. I put an x at the front of both brackets. And then inside the brackets, I will put my two numbers. So I have minus 6 and my positive 1. Don't forget, it doesn't matter which bracket these two numbers go into. And this is my final answer. Let's have a look at this one. So what adds to give plus 3 and times to give minus 10? So let's have a look. So here are my 4 pairs of numbers which will multiply to give minus 10. And of those 4 pairs, these two will also add to give me plus 3. So I put my x's at the front of both brackets. Then I put my plus 5 and my minus 2 into the brackets. And this is my final answer. Now it's your turn to answer some questions. Pause the video and try these. How did you do? Here are the answers. If you answered any incorrectly, have a look back through the video and then have another go.